When I was thinking about Augustine and how we did begin, it took a community to do that. It wasn't one person. You had to have a community behind you, because that would be one way we could promote literacy in Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools. When Adele Haygood began Augustine, she asked me to help her. I said, oh yes, because I had been not just a social studies teacher, but a frustrated teacher.
When we first started here in Charlotte, we were teaching children how to read in a way that was different from what they were learning in the classroom. What we were doing was taking children out of the classroom and explaining to the child that you can learn to read, you just need a different way of being taught. And that was the absolute truth.
And it is phonemic, it is phonetic, and there is a system to it.
Multisensory, explicit, sequential, systematic instruction. And of course, with ALP, it's delivered by a caring adult in a one-on-one setting. When I was fortunate enough to come along and become a tutor and then work with an incredible team as executive director, our work was to put ALP on the map, to bring it to more students, but also to strategically position ALP. We were serving students in many different grades, from elementary school through middle school, but we did see that we could make the biggest difference working with younger students, 1st through 3rd grade.
I think Allison made a wise decision to focus on the first 3 grades, because we say the first 3 grades in school you are learning to read, and after that you're reading to learn. And I think that was a good idea for her, and to focus on the schools where there was the most need.
ALP slowly and surely became known in the schools, became a larger presence, and our reputation grew because of the effectiveness our tutors were having with students. We could test it, we could prove that it works, and we could innovate from there to be able to reach more students. During the pandemic, we were forced to innovate rather quickly to transition this approach to something that could be delivered with technology. Technology is what allowed us to meet with students and continue the learning and the teaching and the relationships.
At Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools, our community is essential to shaping the support our students need for a better future. Our partnership with ALP strengthens our ability to meet students' needs and propel their educational journey. ALP's high-dosage tutoring is a part of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Schools strategy to meet the needs of our students.
When I first came here, I think we had 2 volunteers for ALP. So 2 tutors that were working their hearts out with children. Now we're at over 75 tutors for ALP now. For them to be able to touch more students every day is just phenomenal. We recognize that some of our students have some academic gaps. And we also recognize that we only have so many hours in a day and we can't do it all. So our goal with the partnership with ALP has been to wrap students in support. When we have students who are being what I call double dipped, they're receiving some foundational support in class, but they're also going out for that tutoring. It allows the children to move through and close those gaps faster than they would. And that intense intervention is just what I feel is moving the academic needle for our students.
I continue to tutor. I'm a proud ALP tutor, and nothing makes my heart swell as much as walking into Sterling Elementary and seeing ALP tutors walking through the halls with their students, smiles on their faces.
I think what gives me bigger hope is just the commitment of the people behind ALP. It's not some mystique organization, it's people that's behind it. They're committed. They're driven. And so, and they see the bigger picture. I get a lot of hope when I see the progression that a kid makes, when you see them, a year ago, 6 months ago, 18 months ago, and you run into them and you see the immense advancement and change that they have made. That gives me hope that there is a brighter future.
The joy of a child recognizing that I've done it. I've read that sentence, or I've decoded that word, or that's what inspires me.
Reading is fun, and you get to learn every time you read, and it's not really hard when you get in it, like when you get it. Miss Libby, she's a great tutor, and she teaches me a lot of stuff. She had taught me for 2 years, and I know how to read now. My favorite letter is K, because the K sound says K. Miss Kim is nice. I want to go with her every day. Thank you, Miss Jenna. You've been the best tutor ever, and I like working with you. That was all I would say, and then we'll get to learning.